Grand Main Croissant.
Well, my name is Tony Washington, Squire Mutt. I've been involved in camp probably way before. It started as a veterans camp when it was a children's camp. Being on the council we were in, started out as remedial schools until we started just being inclusive and having all our kids come up here just to have a good time in the summertime and take care of them and continue to teach them about our reservation, natural resources, and some of their ways. And then later on, with the advent of the veterans camp, we were able to bring healing to not only our own veterans, but veterans throughout the Northwest, and then also for service care providers. So it's been a successful program for everyone. We've been able to get a lot of mileage out of the Veterans Administration and its services toward our Native Americans, which are generally hard to access. Reservations are not close to veterans hospitals that might be in Portland, Walla Walla, Seattle, and so sometimes they're disenfranchised. And here we have an intense sessions, family groups that talk about some of the trauma, PTSD, and other syndromes such as depression, family discord, and those kinds of things that are affected by maybe a prior military experience. So we get to talk about those, and then also to be able to interface Veterans Administration services so that our veterans know that they have someone they can contact, someone begins to understand the unique Native American needs, customs, history, and so they're more sensitive to some of the things that our veterans experience. Not necessarily different in the sense of, say, PTSD, all of the symptoms might be the same, but our reaction might be a little different to those syndromes. So we get a chance to be able to bring the VA here, and they learn about our customs and our ways and the way our Native American communities heal, the way our Native American communities related to warriors, veterans, welcome home ceremonies. For instance, the Vietnam veterans, a lot of them never received welcome home ceremonies, especially starting at the airport when they were literally people spit on them, people throwing things at them, calling them names, and so forth. And I know in the non-Indian community, they don't have the welcome home ceremonies. They don't have the warrior circles like at the powwows, where they honor and they bring veterans in, and they're allowed to be able to enfold themselves back into the community. And so the VA learns those types of things where makes it easier to access. A lot of the veterans service providers work behind desks. They may have administrative jobs, so they might look at the applications for Agent Orange, PTSD, or whatever, but they don't see the person in a first-hand way. So here they get to see the faces that go along with those papers that they might be processing. They become real. They become human. In turn, we find that the VA isn't as cold, isn't as hard-hearted, and so forth. They have their limitations and so forth, and so we get to know VA and know that it's a place that we can go and how we can access services.
All right, my name's Mike Milburn. I'm out of the Portland, Oregon VA. I've been at the Portland, Oregon VA close to 8 years now, and I first came to Camp Chaparral last year. This is my first year, and I heard about it just through a email that came out. It was sent out to everybody. I'm a veteran myself, and I served in the United States Marine Corps 2005 through 2009. I was in Iraq 2007 and 2008. Last year was an amazing year for me here. I grew a very special bond with this place and all of the Yakima people and all the families and tribal members that come from all over the United States to host this. Last year was very good for me in every way possible. I came out of here knowing more about Native American customs, cultures, traditions, myself included, and there's a lot of healing here for myself and everyone else. You can see it through everyone that's here. Last year to this year, they lost their coordinator for Portland, and at the last minute they asked me to come up and be coordinator. And I took that with a great honor and pride to coordinate and come up again. I definitely recommend this for anyone that is a direct provider of care to any veteran, or anyone who feels like they need to grow in any which way from their own struggles or PTSD, anything included. And I feel like anyone that I meet, I recommend this camp to, and the kind of person I am today, I can definitely see myself in a better light, and I can provide a better way of communication to anyone I come across, whether that be fellow co-workers or veteran staff, veterans or staff. So I definitely recommend this camp, and if you get a chance to come, it's truly an amazing experience, and I recommend it.
Okay, so it's day 5.
Yeah, that's what they said. And they said,
it's been a fantastic experience. The camp was well organized. I thought the meals and the classes and everything went really well. The friendships that I have created here and the bonding that went on in some of these classrooms were pretty heavy. There were a lot of things said that were heart-touching, and a lot of things came out that sometimes you were crying, sometimes you were laughing. It's all part of the healing process. And to have people bring things out that they've been holding for so long, it's a real spiritual moment. It's really humbling, because sometimes you think you're the only one having some of these feelings, these thoughts, And then you realize there are many people that have the same thing. And it may not be just a veteran. It might be like one of the VA employees that has had some form of abuse or whatever, and they hold those things inside them too, and they bring those out in front of complete strangers, and the emotion that is transcribed and the feelings, and that sometimes you just want to jump up and give somebody a hug, but don't do that. Just got to maintain yourself. But I know me personally, I brought out things that have bothered me for a long time, and then cried like a little baby for a while. And after I left, I felt kind of embarrassed that I could cry like that in front of people I don't even know, but it's all part of the healing process. And the Creator knows where it's at. Hopefully those issues of some of the things that we've seen and done were left here. That's what we're supposed to do, is leave it here and not think about it. Because if we keep thinking about it, dwelling on it, then it's right back again. So we have to teach ourselves to just keep moving on, and I hope I've learned that, and I hope everybody else has learned it too. Our mentors, our class advisors that were with us, our spiritual people, they were just tremendous. They knew what to say and when to say it, and to make you feel good and kind of challenge you to bring those things out. We had several people in our class that didn't bring anything out until the last final moments, and our leaders in there knew that they were holding back. And finally, on this last day, they brought it out, let it go. So no, to me, it was very, very good. And I'm very glad I came.
Aloha, my name is Clay Park. I'm from the islands of Hawaii. I'm from Oahu. And I heard about Camp Chaparral when I got a flyer that came across my desk back in the early 90s. I called and talked to a gentleman by the name of Coyote, and I said, I want to come to this thing. And he says, I have a place for you. So I paid my plane fare and whatever needed to be paid, and off I came. So on my first trip here, it was a really tough experience for me, but it was very enlightening. And I learned so much about our veterans, and at the time I was working for the VA. And so I learned about what we at the VA needed to do for our veterans, and the experience I took back with me about the culture, and how to be who you are, and what you are, and all the things that you do. My second trip up here was back in 1996. When I came up here, I got sent up here again by the VA this time, and that's where I met my brother Carl Ankew. It was another experience that was a little bit more difficult now, because the Vietnam veterans started talking about their issues. And Carl decided that, because I was a traditional practitioner, decided that he wanted to adopt me to the tribe. So he had asked Mom and Dad, Mom Geraldine, if he could adopt me to the tribe. And he did. He gave me a name in the sweats. So I became part of the member of the Kiowa tribe. But a few years back, I lost my brother Carl. That was pretty bad. But the people that I met here, Terry is Carl's niece. I've met people here right now that found out that they're grandparents to Geraldine, and so now they became my niece. So in 1996, I got a poster. Terry signed that poster. I got it on my wall, framed, and it reminds me of my time here at Camp Chaparral. This is my third trip here, and I can't really explain the feeling that I have when I'm going to leave tomorrow. And I think what I take with me from this place is my footsteps will be on this land. The experience that I had with the elders here, the people that I've met, the closeness now, it's unbelievable. I don't know how to explain where all this is coming from, but I can only tell you that it's coming from my heart. I always say that if you follow your heart, you will never go wrong. And so my heart is full right now with the closeness, the cultural, the family, and the people that I've met. So, I don't know what else to say, but okay, this is me as a person to say that. Mahalo, which is thank you in Hawaiian. Thank you for the great experience of this last week. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Terry Bentley. I'm an enrolled member of the Cobra Tribe of California. I've been working in the VA for 32 years this June, and I've been a part of Camp Chaparral, attending Camp Chaparral since 1993, and was part of the original subcommittee that helped develop Camp Chaparral. The founding of camp was to break down barriers in our VA providers that were interacting with our Native American veterans, recognizing that American Indians, Alaska Natives serve in higher numbers per capita than other ethnicities and serve higher in combat, but yet they weren't being seen in the VA system. So this group identified, the why behind it. Why aren't they being seen? What's happening in our VA system that's preventing them from coming to receive health care?
Okay.
Well, I'm really honored to have been a part of camp as long as I have. Being able to have worked with and beside the original founders of camp is pretty special to me because all of those people are gone now. And many elders and veterans that have walked the footsteps here at camp are no longer here either. And I think that they would be proud of the fact that camp has continued, the fact that we've sent thousands of VA employees now through camp to receive this training, and the significant contribution that it's made in their lives, and more importantly, the care that they're now giving to our Native veterans and their families when they're coming into the system. That cultural understanding and awareness that they did not have before. So I'm really honored to be a part of it, and feel really fortunate that we can continue to partner with the Yakama Nation in this way.
Okay, my name is Sean Marceau, and Program Manager for Veterans Affairs, and I'm the Camp Director here for Camp Chaparral. A little bit about myself. I'm from the Blackfeet Nation. I was born in Browning, Montana. I graduated from Chemawa Indian School. After that, I joined the Marine Corps. I served in the Marine Corps from 1990 to 1994. Got out of there, worked as a recreation director for about 23 years, and my career ended there. During that time, while I was a recreation director, my son joined the Marine Corps, and he was killed in action April 24th, 2011 in Afghanistan. So I became a Gold Star parent. And now I work with Veterans Affairs. I just recently got the job in May, so I've been here for about 3 months. And now we're working on camp, and I'm watching everything as it evolves, and it's the healing of veterans with combat vets with post-traumatic stress disorder. And basically that's me. The end. Okay. My experience here in camp has been, first off, you come here kind of fearful. Don't know what to expect because you want to keep that guard up. But as it progresses through, and it's only been one day, 24 hours, and you're already seeing people drop their guard, myself included, and it seems like a safe environment, and we're just starting right now of events that are going on. And we got a whole week planned out of stuff going on, so it should be good.
Cologne. Norma Cologne, we are glad that you took that step forward when your name was called and you answered that call and you took your life, your body, your heart, and your spirit in defense of our rights, our liberties, and this blanket lets you know that you are safe and this is your home ground. Welcome home. Robert Stiles. He might be at the casino, they say. Ellen Haynes. Ellen Haynes is escorted by last year's Welcome Home, Joaquin Marchand. Alan, we are glad and proud and honored that you have traveled in our defense to enemy ground and you are home and your uncle is covering you with this blanket to let you know we welcome you back to safe ground, Camp Chaparral, Yakima Nation, 2018. Welcome home, brother. Karen Aldridge.